For the first time in this whole time we've been making videos, which isn't very long, I actually have a plan as to what I'm going to say. So hopefully I won't have to start every sentence with "so, yeah," and therefore I will have less editing to do because I won't be talking stupidly. Small gods, I have it. Yes, I have your book, and I'm not really sure why. I don't remember borrowing it or being thrust upon with it, but I haven't read it, and I probably won't get to it for a while because I have to read through all of my books, so you can probably have this back. I was rewatching your video, and I was like, that book looks familiar, and I was looking at my bookshelves, and I was like, that's weird. Maybe it crawled. Maybe it was racing the rabbit, the hare, and it won. The first thing I figured I'd talk about was the few challenges you came up with for us to do. The first one, the 365 100-word snippets thing. I know you explained it in your video, but I didn't really understand what you meant. I'm a little confused still, so maybe in your video you can do one and kind of give me an example, because I was just sitting there the whole time going, what? Is it just like 100-word short story? Is that what that is? Because I don't know why I'm confused. I'm just confused. So yeah. And the second one you had was the collaborative journal thing, which I think is a really awesome idea, but I don't know if I can write that much, but I'm gonna try. I'm going to work on it at some point in the next week or so. Yay! And hopefully get it over to you so you can start working on your thing. Yeah. As for your third challenge, the 52 book challenge thing, I think that's fantastic, and I'm already pretty far. I have read a total of 4 books as of now. I finished another one just a couple hours ago. I was very excited. Yeah, and I have about 3 or 4 other ones started or halfway through, so I'm going to have up to 8 books finished within the next week, I think. So I don't know how many you've read, but you should probably get working on that, because I'm going to beat you. I'm personally planning to read about 80. We'll see how that goes. The 4 books I've read are The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. I found that when I was organizing Dad's movies, and I read it in like 4 hours. It was really good. Yeah, but it was $15 at Barnes & Noble, so I'll have to get a copy later, but it was very inspirational. And the second book I finished, which I actually have with me, is Food and Loathing by Betsy Lerner, which is one of the books that Tisha gave to me when I ransacked her sack. That sounds awkward. But, yes, I already finished it. It was really good, except for she's, like, all of the books, she's going to, like, writing colleges and getting all these degrees, or not, like, lots of degrees, but she's going to all these classes and, like, poetry and everything, is talking about how she wins all these awards, and I'm reading her book, and I'm thinking, either it's her, or her editor or something is just really bad at their job. And I'm not trying to insult anybody, but, I mean, some of them I didn't really notice, but there are like lots of typos in it, and it's kind of like she had two sentences and she tried to combine them, which is great, except for she'd forget to remove a word, so it would be like a start of a sentence, and then it would have this like awkward like word there, and then start with another one, or she like spelled words. It's hard to explain. Yeah. That she used like the wrong word for the word. Like she put night with a K instead of a like night, like nighttime, and things like that. And it's just like, okay, yeah, I kind of skim over them. I don't really notice, but that's what editors are for. They're supposed to make it like perfect and wonderful, and it kind of bugged me because otherwise it would have been like a really good book, but because of those typos, it was like every time I came across one, I just wanted to scream and rip my hair out and throw it across the room. But very good book. Ooh, shiny. And the third book I read was An Abundance of Catherines by John Green, and you've already seen the impact that has had on my life. I started anagramming everything because the main character anagrams everything, and I realized how profusely fun that was, as you've seen by the poem I wrote / prosatry thing. Yeah, it's kind of taken over my life. And the fourth book I read for my English class was The Lord of the Flies, which I liked until about here, like the 20th page, when they start getting all weird and evil and start killing things, and I was just like, no. This book is just horrible. And by the end, I was like afraid to read it because I thought I would have nightmares, honestly. Like whenever they're hunting the pig, and it's like this 12-year-old boy, and he's gutting this pig and cutting off its head, and I'm just like, blah. It's just, and I went to my guy friends, and I was like, when you were 12 years old, could you have, like, killed someone or killed something? And they're all like, no. Of course, my friends are kind of wimps, but I don't know. I know it's supposed to have all this deep literary meaning and everything, but I just don't like it, and I'm glad it's over, and that it was very short, because I guess if I read it and I was older and I could just look for like metaphors and things, then I would feel more fond of the book, I guess. But right now, I just, no. The other books I have partially started are Will Grayson, which Tisha, as you will get this reference, hopefully. I'm about here in it, and it's amazing. You're right, it's like one of his best ones, but because of Will Grayson, I can no longer look at Toy Story the same way. I can't even say it. It's just, because whenever he's in the porn store or whatever, and he's looking at the magazines, or like, no, the movies, and he's thinking about Toy Story, and he's like, oh, I'll make a remake with all these like sex toys, and it would be called Sex Toy Story, and it just ruined it for me. Oh, and then I have this book, which I've shown you before, The Complete Fairy Tales of Oscar Wilde, which I am here now. They're really good stories, but they're so long sometimes that I have to take a break between them. Because, I mean, they're not like long, but they have so much information crammed into them that it's kind of like sensory overload, and I have to stop. But I'll hopefully finish that soon, and then you can read it. Another one is Bullfinch's Mythology, and I'm not very far in this, but sad as it may look, I'm actually on about page 50 or 60, because this book has about 900 pages, and I love mythology now, and I really want to incorporate some of the themes and characters into some, like, poems or something. I read a poem earlier this week, I think it was about Pygmalion. I'm not sure if that's a Greek myth or whatever, but I can't remember what it was about. I think it's like a statue or a guy who loves a statue or something. I think that's right. And like, the person who did it just did it so wonderfully that I was like, I want to do one just like it and be awesome like you. And it probably won't work out, but... And of course there's all the other books that I need to finish reading that I've read part of and then never finished, like, so many. And I need to finish reading the Harry Potter books, and all of them. And there's just so many. And I feel like I have no time, but I have all the time in the world. I want to just read them all at once. And then be able to buy new ones and read them, because I really want to read The Fault in Our Stars. So I counted all my books, and I have 291. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to dare myself to read all of them before the end of the year, because, well, I don't know. I haven't figured out how many I've read already. I probably read at least 100 of them, I hope. But this could be interesting. I'm gonna go count them all. You can come with me. Here, let's go. Whee! Okay, looking at this. Okay, over here.
And today was a day just like any other.
Oh, we're getting into the Warriors now. Yay! Back from my dork days.
I'm on the verge, unraveling with every word you say. Make me believe that I won't feel your tires on the street as I'm fighting the world.
Harry Potter.
You're getting away. I come undone, oh yes I do. Just think of all the thoughts wasted on you, and every word you say something sweet, 'cause all I taste is blood between my teeth as I'm fighting the world. You're getting away. Well, I'm ready to drop.
It's gonna be exciting. Working on my math. 8, 12, 15, 3, 6, 7. Okay. I've read 115, so that leaves, math is so difficult. 7. That leaves 176 books left to read. And like 4 of those are dictionaries or thesauruses, thesauri, and 2 of them are Shakespeare. Another one is Moby Dick. So many. Oh my god. I'm crazy. Why do I have this many books? This is like a waste. Oh. Okay. Well, good luck. God. So, hope to see you soon, and I love you lots, and hopefully I can get going on some of these challenges we have for each other, and I'll give you your book. So yeah. Bye.